This chart, most traders, they think they see signals, they think they see confirmation, they think they see safety, but in reality, what they're doing is looking at a bunch of noise and confusion. All right. I have had every indicator you can think of. I've literally had a Google Drive filled with custom built indicators that did nothing for me but drive me further into places of confusion and not understanding the markets and what prices are actually doing and saying. Right. How many people do you know with indicators all over the chart that are still losing? Now, I'm not saying that you can't use indicators and they won't actually help you win, but in all honesty, they won't. They really won't. They're not reliable signals and things to go off of, and they drive your focus and attention away from what price is actually telling you. So understand that indicators aren't the problem, but they're also not the solution, okay? There are two reasons traders put indicators on their charts. Number one, they don't know how to read naked price. It's that simple. All right. Nobody taught them, so they look for something that will do the reading for them. Number two, they believe indicators are going to be the cheat code. They think the indicator is literally going to indicate when to get in, when to get out, when to buy, when to sell. And I understand that. I understand the reasoning behind that because that's how indicators are marketed. You know, the name indicator, that's what it implies, to indicate something. But this is the truth. An indicator is just math. It's a formula, okay? It's calculating what price already did. It's always lagging behind actual price. So by the time your indicator tells you something, price already moved. The indicator gets its information from price making moves, all right? So you're not reading the market, you're reading the echo of the market, and you're making decisions based on something that's already happened in the past, okay? So understand that when I finally went to a clean and clear chart, right? Let's do this. Let's just remove all the indicators. Clean and clear chart here. And I'll even take my session boxes off. That's not an indicator, it's an identifier. Big difference. But when I finally went to a naked chart, I want to be honest, I felt like it was day one all over again. Like I didn't know what I was looking at. You know, it was like being blindfolded, right? But here's what happened. As time went on and I started learning how to actually read price, I started seeing things I never saw before. I started seeing when momentum had shifted. I started seeing supply and demand zones, real ones, not the ones drawn up by the algorithm. I started seeing how candles react when they're taking out liquidity, right? Taking out yesterday high, okay? And how price moves when it's filling a fair value gap, right? Or how, it starts to invert back through those gaps. The thing about it is those things were always there, all right? The indicators were just sitting on top of everything, covering them up. Taking the indicators off didn't make me a worse trader, but it forced me to build a relationship with price. And that right there alone changed everything about how I trade and how I do technical analysis, okay? Understand something. Putting indicators on your charts is like having 20/20 vision and then putting on glasses. It just makes everything blurry. It does not make any sense. Everything you need to be a successful trader and understand price action and liquidity and all these concepts is already here. You just have to learn how to read these candles. All right. So again, just to show you, okay, let's just add it back. All right, let's just add a few of those indicators back on here. Let's see what else we got. MACD, I've literally had everything you can think of. MACD, let's add on Ichimoku Cloud, right? Okay. When you have all this stuff on your charts, man, you're not like, this is what most traders are staring at, okay? Every line, every little histogram, every signal, it's pulling your attention in different directions. Your brain is trying to process all of this at once. And what happens is you freeze up, you overtrade, or you take a setup you shouldn't because the indicator's lined up, right? But you got to understand there are like so many false signals here, so many signals here telling you to get in and others are telling you to get out, right? Now, same chart, right? Let me show you something. Let's take these indicators off for a second. I want you to see this. Exact same chart, right? Same chart, same time frame, same price, but now you can actually see what price is doing. You can actually see what price is doing, okay? You see this area here, like this level here, let me mark it, right? You have this supply area here. 930 move, tapped into this supply, took out this inducement. This is happening for a reason. These things are happening for a reason, okay? We have this small demand here, okay? Inducement here. Another significance of this situation is, let's see, 930, taking out the 9 o'clock candle, tapping into this supply. This is also the high of New York, 8 o'clock. So we swept the high of 8 o'clock, taking that liquidity. Like, you can actually see this stuff, right? You can actually see it. And so like now you can see the wick, you can see the body of the candle. Like, this is what's actually telling you the story and telling you who's in control at the moment and telling you where the market is going. This is what I mean when I say price speaks. You don't need anything else on the chart to see it but the candles, all right? The only thing I keep on my chart is, the session identifiers, which identifies the open and close of Asian, London, and New York session. That's it. It's not an indicator. It's context. There's a difference. Everything else, I don't have it. All right. So here's what I need you to do after this video. You need to take every single indicator off your chart, all of them. Take them off right now. And I know what you're thinking, like, I won't know what I'm looking at. You're right. At first, it's going to feel like day one. It's going to feel like you're blindfolded. And that feeling is actually a good sign, okay? It means you're finally seeing the chart for what it actually is. But you got to be patient. You got to practice. You got to read the candles, study what price does at key levels, watch how it moves in real time. And I promise you, things that were always there that you just couldn't see are going to start jumping out at you, and you won't be able to ignore them, because once you see it, you can't unsee it.